In this world, there is a remote village living under the shadow of a strange rule. Anything colored red is strictly forbidden, not because of tradition, not because of culture, but because of something that lives in the forest. Something that loves the color red and will slaughter anyone who brings it into existence. For decades, the villagers believed an ancient pact kept them safe, until the night a single red rose bloomed inside the village and the monster they feared finally returned. This is the tale of an awakened curse, the elders' buried secrets, and how fear can turn humans into monsters. The next morning, a dark fog rolled into the village, making every home look like it was sinking into another world. No roosters crowed, no wind blew. Only a silence so heavy it made everyone's skin crawl. Villagers opened their doors cautiously, as if something was hiding inside the fog, watching them. The village elders gathered earlier than usual, their faces pale, as if hiding something far worse than a monster. Several villagers claimed they heard huge footsteps circling the village all night long. Not just one, but many. Each set of footsteps stopped in front of every home, breathing softly as if evaluating who lived inside. Yet when morning came, there wasn't a single footprint on the ground, as if the creature never had a physical form at all. Meanwhile, a village girl named Rana went to fetch water from the old well. When she pulled the rope, it snapped, as if bitten through. When she leaned over the edge to look into the water, she saw a faint red shadow slowly moving in the depths. But the moment she blinked, it disappeared. Rana shivered, but she didn't dare tell anyone because speaking of anything red meant bringing misfortune upon the village. Outside the village gate, the guards found something even stranger, a pile of raw meat, far more than the amount given during the yearly offering. But what terrified them most was a large message carved into the dirt, as if by a giant claw. The pact has changed. No one knew what it meant, but fear crept into everyone's eyes. The elders rushed to the shrine to check the old pact records, but when they opened the ancient pages, the section that once described their agreement with the monster was gone, blank, as if it had never existed. One of the oldest elders, Patgana, collapsed to the floor in tears, no longer able to hide the terror on his face. At last, Patgana confessed that the monster was not a wild creature, not a forest spirit, not a guardian of nature. They were former villagers who died unjustly long ago. The village had once been the site of a massacre. Children, women, innocent people. Their blood soaked the ground for weeks, turning the soil red. Those who died in agony rose again, cursed to become beings that hungered for the color red. The ancient pact wasn't made to calm the monsters, but to cover up the sins of the village's past. The rule, "no red allowed," was a symbol to prevent villagers from remembering the tragedy. The rule, "no one may leave the village," was made to keep the curse contained. And the yearly meat offering was a desperate attempt to satisfy the creature's hunger without letting them enter the village. But now that the red rose had bloomed inside the village, the monsters believed the pact had been broken. And when the pact is broken, they are free to reclaim what they believe is theirs, the village, the land, and everyone living on it. That night, before the guards could ring the warning bell, the bell swung on its own. A chilling sound echoed through the entire village, sending everyone running into their homes. A cold wind slammed every door shut. From the forest came whispers, long, drawn-out murmurs, as if dozens of people spoke at once, chanting the same sentence. "We haven't come home." Villagers hid in complete darkness, convinced that light would attract the creatures. Some children cried softly, while their parents held their breath, listening to heavy footsteps approach the houses. Rana, still haunted by what she saw in the well, felt something standing outside her window, silent, waiting. By midnight, the village fell silent again, but not because the monsters had left. This silence came from something far worse. A family had lost their child. The little boy had vanished without a trace. No broken doors, no signs of struggle. Only a message written on the wall. One has been taken. Return the rest. The writing wasn't made of blood, but of dry earth from the well. Soil that had never shown a hint of red was now a suspicious dark brown. Villagers began avoiding the well altogether. They feared it was no longer just the water source, but a doorway to something else. From that day on, the terror didn't only come from the forest. Footsteps echoed from underground. Whispers seeped through the walls. More villagers saw small red shadows running across rooftops at night. Everyone realized the truth. The monsters hadn't just returned, they were getting closer. And worse yet, the creatures were no longer interested in the color red alone. They began taking people at random. No pattern, no warning. One by one, villagers vanished as if an invisible hand plucked them from existence. Now a question haunted everyone. If the monsters were once villagers, if they are demanding the rest, then who exactly must be returned, and what is it they truly want brought home?